What is good YouTube, Warstu here with a video on the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer and when it's actually going to be dropping. Thanks to our friend Daniel RPK over at Super Pro Movies. Well, actually I don't think he works specifically on there. I know he's a freelancer and he does work on there. So he broke the story just like he did the Captain Marvel trailer release date and the Avengers Endgame. So he's very credible and very reliable. So some people are like, yeah, but he said this release date before. Yeah, but movie companies can change the release date of trailers at the drop of a thumb just by snapping their finger, just like Thanos did. So it looks like it's exclusively been learnt from him. Well, it's a funny story actually. I actually seen this story on Instagram first and I don't really know how it got there because obviously Daniel RPK has a Patreon and someone on Instagram was basically saying, according to Daniel RPK's Patreon, then that it was coming out on Tuesday. So what I did is I messaged him on Twitter, told him this, and then he dropped the story on here on the actual website for Super Pro Movies about an hour or so, about half an hour to an hour later. So he didn't lose the scoop, which is really bad, but we're all in the community together. So pretty awesome. So from what we understand, it says that the trailer was supposed to drop at the CCXP in Brazil. It did drop for people there, but it didn't drop online. Everyone's been waiting for it. Now it makes no sense. I know Sony gets so touchy when one of their exclusive stuff gets leaked. Now I think it was to do with the new black suit, the stealth suit. Now I think because some company had exclusivity to the suit and then the suit got shown everywhere online and then they got cold feet, I think. So I think Sony like to drop things with exclusivity. Now it still makes no sense to me why this didn't drop with Into the Spideyverse, because obviously Into the Spideyverse is their own movie. So obviously this is part of the MCU, part of Marvel. But for those who don't know, Sony market it, Sony distribute it. It might be in corporation and like MCU based, but Sony fund it, Sony release it. A lot of people get confused. Now, I think the main reason it's not come out because obviously there is a massive Avengers 4 spoiler out there which could affect Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, I'm not going to say what it is, but if this is true, it literally could ruin a big section of this movie. So I don't know how Sony are going to handle the decimation, but I don't really think they need to address it because according to what people said who were at the Brazil Comic-Con, there's no Avenger 4 spoilers anyway. So it doesn't make sense why Sony would delay the movie trailer so long. Now obviously Glass is coming out next week and that is going to be a big movie. So I presume they want to get it in the cinema with Glass. So we should finally be getting the trailer on Tuesday the 15th of January. Thanks to Daniel for this information. I will leave the link to his Patreon in the description box. I will also leave a link to his YouTube channel. He's just started a YouTube channel, so go over there and subscribe to him. Very cool guy, very credible guy. And I will leave a link to his Twitter account because he is spot on. If you want to follow a scooper, if you want to follow someone who's in the know-how with pop culture, with anything to do with TV and movie shows, make sure to follow him on all socials. So guys, are you hyped? I would say drop a comment down below saying what you're most hyped for, but from what we can understand is the trailer is just what we've seen at Brazil Comic-Con if you were there, description wise. I mean, we should be seeing Mysterio in the trailer, which is going to be pretty damn awesome. So like I said guys, please check him out on his socials. That would be much appreciated as he is the scooper for this story. So creditation and props should go back to where the actual information has come from. So like always guys, the trailer is always subject to change, but at the moment, Tuesday the 15th, which is pretty awesome. It's not that far away. Can't wait for this movie. It's one of the most anticipated movies of the year. So like always guys, we will be doing obviously the most anticipated movies of 2019. So drop your top 5 most anticipated movies down below. Obviously you got to put Detective Pikachu in there because Detective Pikachu is awesome. And if you're a fan of the channel, you know I'm a big Pokemon fan. Anyway guys, shorter video than normal. Hopefully you liked the scroll video I did before about obviously which Avenger could be a scroll. If you haven't, make sure to check that out guys. And I will catch you in another video very soon guys. Catch ya later.